Okay. Hello, everybody. That was extremely weird. For some reason, I think OBS did something very wrong and my microphone source, well, stopped working. I had to completely add my microphone back into the system. No clue what that was about. But, well, whatever. It is what it is. Let's not dwell on it. I have to quickly remember where I actually left off. And I think I left off by finishing the neural processors. We have this fully working. We need to empty the dark matter residue, which should be a pipe coming somewhere. Where? Oh, I haven't done outputs for this. Right. That's where I left off. So, as the title suggests, we are getting very close to the end of the series. I think I'm gonna do just a bit more progress just to get all the milestones done, get all the let's do it like this. I think that this is gonna be good enough. Yeah, so as I was saying, get all the milestones done, get everything that's still left, everything that's still in progress, get that finalized, and I think I will be calling it a series. Quite an enjoyable one, I might add. I had okay, I don't like how that's looking, but I think I can do something. Also, that is not a straight line. So this one will make sure it outputs this way. Yeah, I think it was a pretty enjoyable series overall, or pretty enjoyable playthrough. I hope you found the series enjoyable. We might feature the game here at a later point, but for now, I do think that the game played its course. I will be... that's the wrong one. I want a merger here. I will be wrapping things up in this episode. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do the full... What? I must have gotten some processors, maybe? Do I have any processors in my inventory? Oh yeah, there they are. I can see them. And this side is not connected yet. That's where they went. So yeah, as I was saying, we'll probably feature this again on the channel once more content gets added. The 1.1 the 1.1 patch was interesting, a lot of QOL changes, but that looks weird, but you know what, I don't really care. Oh, this looks quite bad. But anyway, we have outputs. This will be... I think I'll just pipe it like this to the next level. Not the cleanest, but it will have to do for now. Yeah, as I was saying, the 1.1 patch had a really awesome QOL changes, but I don't know, maybe I should have done the series once 1.1 was out. I don't think it adds anything for Legion factories, just... Well, we could do a bunch of redesign and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think I'll explore those other features in a completely new playthrough when that's gonna happen. Yeah, for now, let's just continue with what we're doing here. I want to get a particle accelerator next. And again, we will explore some of the new functionalities in whatever build we still have left here. Right, I think I've realized at the end of the previous series that one of my blueprints is actually kind of wrong. Well, we'll address this some other time, maybe. I will redo those belts, those vertical belts, once I have the whole vertical setup. Right now it'll just be a nuisance. that that looks kind of alright. Do I want to transition that pipe? No, this is a bit too busy over here. I'll transition it here. Doesn't make that much of a difference. So, if I'm not mistaken, that should be in line, which means I should be able to just connect that. And it should look decent. I do need to do that junction over there, and I'll leave this one as is for now. Maybe just put a valve here. I'll have to replace this pipe eventually because the residue will come from the top, from the upper floors as well. Anyway, let's go ahead with bypassing this one up to the next floor. We'll sort the rest out later. For now, we want to have this recipe. Let's get power. I do have to say I'm not happy at all with how this build looks, to be honest. It's yeah, I'm very unhappy with these connections that are vertical, but I'll have to keep this improvised. Time crystals. Time crystals. Shh. 88, 161. Time crystals are on this belt. Which kind of means I need to those arrows make no sense. Is this one correct? They've changed the hitboxes for the lifts, and I really don't like it. I really don't like it. The hell? What? Hey, blue dude. How is this even possible? Is this? I really cannot tell what's happening here. if this is working or not. This is the very annoying part with the top tier belts. It is really hard to see if you actually have content going through or not. This is much better. Output is at the bottom. So we should immediately see when content goes through. It was very weird because deconstructing this one was saying 80 time crystals and deconstructing this one was still 80, which kind of told me that there's nothing on that belt. This is even worse. Oh, it was 80 because it was a hull. Never mind. But that... I still do not get that interaction. Is there something wrong with... Yep, I am at a loss for words. But anyway, we want to get a splitter in here. And we want to split maybe this way. Let's go ahead, you can... Wait, what? No, that's the output lane. That's the input lane. Looks like I have messed things up when I created that blueprint. Or maybe it's not the blueprint, maybe it's just me. Maybe I've just mispositioned. Yeah, I think it's just me. I've mispositioned the blueprint when trying to place it down. That is not me. That's a genuine bug. You know what? Let's connect it here. It makes very little difference. Let's get power working again. I should check all the other connections before doing anything. Okay, so that's that one going, and we need to connect this one. The connection port is facing the right way now. And we are making dark matter crystals. We're making dark matter crystals. We need 8 of these. Two or more missing resources. I don't get that, but sure. I will lose power fairly soon. Oh, that will hopefully eventually print. That was an interesting interaction. Not what I was... not what I was expecting, but interesting interaction nonetheless. Anyway, let's get power. I was expecting to be able to glide, because technically if you lose power while... Oh, I see what happened. If you lose power while flying, it lets you glide, but I actually came on the surface, and that meant that I didn't start my fall while gliding, which in turn meant... And auto connection is really awesome. Very small parenthesis there. Yeah, in turn meant that I will not have the gliding capability. The fact that I don't have to connect any of those back is again really great. I love it. And yeah, once more, this base will not win any beauty contests anytime soon, or this section of the base at least will not win any beauty contests anytime soon, but well, it is what it is. Up next we have, so we took care of the time crystals, and I wanted to do that because everything else will need to feed with time crystals. So yeah, I wanted that belt to be running just one way. So we have just done this build. This line will receive an overflow. That's an interesting visual artifact. So I won't actually be able to switch to my other scene because I do not have a microphone. So I'll try to zoom in. on the blueprint planner. But yeah, the time crystals will receive an overflow, as that's probably the easiest way to control the surplus of dark matter residue that we'll have to inject into the system to be able to keep everything running. But now that we have that, we can focus on the next immediate item that we want to get, and that I actually think I'm gonna do both next. One being the superposition oscillators, which we will need for the spatial energy regulation milestone. That was a long name. And also do this one, we'll have to import the nuclear pasta, and we'll get singularity cells. Singularity cells are requested for the missiles, which we still need to import. Superposition oscillators are required for both the AI expansion servers and the ballistic warp drive thingies. I'll have a think if I'm gonna do this power shard build. That's gonna be more or less it for now. Let's start building. So I said we're gonna do this one for next. So we need more quantum encoders. I really hate this setup. I'll keep a bit more room here. I am very tempted to do this, to be honest. As ugly as it might be. Let's at least do it with blueprints. I wanted to try something new with that setup, but it's just awful. That seems to be a very low rise build, so I don't think I'll get any conflicts. And again, we're in the final steps of this playthrough. We're not gonna... Maybe I'll do another episode just to not say I didn't build any nuclear power in this base. But yeah, I do think that this is gonna be a much better way of doing things. I'll do a bit of an extra buffer over here, and let's see, I do need to feed in no. First thing I need to do is actually build a foundation. Because I will need to still manage the the resources. Okay, that needs to fit in over here. Let's lock this in, and I do find it really awesome that you can do this now. So you have vertical control as well. Glad to see snapping is still behaving the same way. Weird and unpredictable, that is. What I want to do first, okay, this is the center line. I'll probably be able to do that over here. I have no idea where the power poles lined up, so whatever works, works. And I'll do similar. I'll put the I forgot how the white thing is called. Antimatter? Maybe antimatter. I'll put that at the very end. In terms of inputs, dark crystals are in the center, and everything else will need to be delivered here. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. We can at least center them nicely. Yep, that looks good. That looks good as well, and this is gonna do superposition oscillators. Come on, where's the rectangle for this one? Oh, there we go. Now getting on the other side is gonna be a bit tricky. Probably shouldn't have closed that wall just yet. There we go. And let's do inputs, outputs. Excited photonic matter. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah, really annoying that you cannot blueprint these things, and I have messed up my lift placement. This one and that one are way too far away. Okay, that's one. Let's do these pipes. Again, we're working with gas here, so shouldn't. Head lift is not a problem. We can just do everything through the bottom layer or basement. Keep this side clean. I think this one needs to be over here. And finally, it was a converter. You know what? Output this way. I'll align it. I'll align it like this, I think. Does that match? No, I think it's over here. Yeah, it is close to the line. That works. This should start producing photonic thingies. How do I want to manage this? Yeah, maybe this will be good enough. Did that. Did not expect that one. I think that this should be enough to cover everything. Just need to eyeball the connections. Needless to say, that one. Now I have misaligned this pipe by quite a bit. Did I misalign this one as well? Now this one? Okay, this leg needs to be on the center line. That one's correct. This one is not correct. I've placed it on the other side. There we go. This should be much better now. Ish. Again, no blueprint. I take no responsibility for how ugly that looks. This is meant to be an input lane, not an output lane. I need to start from this side. What are the odds that this can reach? Well, I wasn't expecting it to reach. Anyway, there we go. Oh, come on, really? Okay, now let's say that this one is gonna be the top one. This one is the second, and this one is the third. Let's test it out. So that's one, that's two, and that is number 3. I just need to replicate this 2 more times while making sure I keep the order. Right, this one's first, this one's second, this one's third. And last bit. So I think I have all the inputs done. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that one. It really bugs me, but I'll try to gracefully ignore it. This one is coming through here, and I'll just do this bit as well because I know I'm gonna need it. Okay, let's start from the bottom. Better results. I do seem to have better results with this. Really not sure what to say of that. Okay, so vertical. Vertical splitters do not work with, when locking down. But apparently there's yet another bug where if you unlock and you do not move anything, you can actually build it. So glad when things work out. Now, if I was just able to properly connect the belts. I need a splitter, so let's try it again. See if it's reproducible behavior. Unlock. No. So I need to position my cursor just slightly better. This. And do we actually get... Yeah, we actually do get ingredients flowing through. I'm not sure if... Let's try it out. Will bringing it one level higher help? Okay, let's try to see where the cursor position for that needs to be. So I want to have it here. Here I said just a bit higher, and it snaps to the other one. Yeah, I don't think I can get a nudge over to that place. Let's try one more time. Oh, that takes me back. Just a bit higher, and no, still takes me down. And this will fairly soon most likely snap up. So yeah, I don't think I have a place where I can snap at the very top, but I can definitely do it here. We'll consider this good enough. Oh, this one's already full of time crystals. This one is not full yet. This one's definitely not full, and we can start making some of these. Superposition, the crystal oscillators and alclad aluminum sheets. Oh, this looks like a pretty decent place to bring resources through. What's that? Where do I need those iron sheets? I need to remember. Oh, for the level above. That's right. I need them for the singularity thingies. That spot is taken. That's gonna be a problem. That's a problem for a different day. This spot is not taken, as far as I can tell. Let's make sure I make this the correct way up. I've done it wrong a few times. I don't want to rebuild. So let's get the correct alignment, which seems to be that one. I was thinking briefly there to see if I could do some sort of a sushi belt, but without being able to properly control the number of items on the belt, the sushi belt is very difficult to manage. And I'm thinking here about circuit conditions that you have in Factorio, which makes it quite nice in a lot of situations to be able to do sushi belts. So that one. Now the aluminum sheets are that way. Superposition oscillators, I have no clue where I have them, to be fully honest. They are somewhere. I am inclined to say there are somewhere. On this side, no. Maybe on this side? Did I make the superposition oscillators on this side as well? What's on this belt? Why is this belt empty? That's probably supercomputers. Or radio thingies. Okay, these are the oscillators. They are on this side as I originally thought. Let's upgrade the lane, make sure that... I might have confused them with something else. Oh no, they're only to here. We need to bring this all the way through. We need to bring this all the way through and figure out where exactly yikes. This is a bit not aesthetic, but it is what it is. If I do that and I use a splitter over here, let's make sure I split the right belt. That was fabulous. Spoiler alert, I did not split the right belt. This went all the way up, obviously. Okay, I did not connect all the way through. Oh, this is literally the best case scenario I have here, because I should remember that when building in the future, especially when building, let's call this freestyle. No blueprints, no nothing. Not connecting to the floor until it's fully done can be a big time saver. I would have had to rebuild all the connections to drain out the existing items, but now fortunately I can just do this, split over here. This time I'm splitting in the correct place. Please tell me I don't have to deconstruct the water pipe. It's like I don't. I do have to run all the way up and close the container. Oh. Not that big of a loss at the end of the day. Let's finish connecting the aluminum. Now, if I'm not mistaken, aluminum should be on the second belt or the first belt. So it's not that one. It is this one. Was it just 3 wide? I don't remember. I haven't used that blueprint in a very long time. I even forgot how to actually use the blueprint. Where did I... Okay, there it is. It goes this way, aligned over here, and I think this is correct. I'll leave the windows there. Split and remove this bit and connect. Let's make sure that we have actually contents moving through. It seems like we do. Oh, we do indeed. So taking them up, it's not a problem. As far as I remember, I don't need this for anything else. I really hope I'm not wrong about that. This actually makes for a very nice connection. If I would be able to properly position this one, it would be even better, but I was really hoping to get rid of some of these ingredients. Well, too late. We have superposition oscillators. We need to take care of the outputs. Okay, the problem here is that we've overfilled with dark matter crystals. But as I was saying, this will flow through. This is just awful. I don't know how to make this bit straight. I'm not gonna be able to connect that, but I can do something not so nice, which is connecting them like this. And the reason why I've done that was because I really wanted to be able to place a valve here. And that being said, I will have to take a very short break. I'll see you guys in 10-15 minutes. Okie dokie, I'm back. Let's see where I left off. Right, I was connecting the outputs. Okay, that needs to go over there. Probably this would have been the smarter thing to do from the beginning, not the valve over here. It is what it is, I've done it. Is that too close? Maybe that's a bit too close. No, that was the correct shape. So weird. Oh, the valve still remained there. That's great. If I use the straight pipe mode, it should actually look rather decent. Really? That's one connection. Do I have any snapping? I do not. Not the best, but it will have to do. And but that's not the one I want to use. I want to use this one. I think I'll use... I'll do it like this. Not sure if this is enough, but I think that the belts should be able to reach. Yep, that actually looks decent. Do I have snapping? I do have snapping here. Oh, I was not expecting snapping at this distance, but well, sometimes the game pleasantly surprises. Not a lot of time, but well, every once in a while at least. We shall ignore what I just did there. Okay, we have computers, we have oscillators. Moving on to the next build. I'm very curious to see what the ratio is when we do it like this. We actually need even more. That is quite unfortunate. I need plus 70, so that's 220. 220 to break even, so that means I need 2.25 dark matter residue manufacturers. I'll probably convert this into dark matter residue gas wherever I have the SAM and just bring it with a pipe. It's gonna be easier. Anyway, this is gonna be the next build. And for that one, is this tall enough? This seems to be tall enough, I would say. okay. So this can be like this. And oh wow, this is growing quite a bit taller than I thought it would. I might have to rethink the way I do those connections there. Shifting this is not an option. I did think about it though. Anyway, these are manufacturers. I'll do input from the right. So manufacturer, right input. Obviously this is not gonna snap to anything because the grid is very off. I do like that they removed the nudging restrictions. One of these days I'll learn a difference between left and right. That day is not today though. Okay, so this is getting way too crowded, so I'll have this this extra bit of buffer over here. Now, questions. Do I need time crystals for anything? I don't need them here, I don't need them here, and those are the last two builds that I have to do. I think I might use them if I ever decide to expand there, but that shouldn't be that big of an issue, I think. I hope. So with this one, I want to build it is the manufacturer icon there. Is it a special recipe that I have selected here? Okay, I need to finish this milestone. I'll just have to sink some time crystals for now. Wait, what? That's not right. Nobody saw anything there. So I guess it did break something in the end. Let's connect power here. I need to do this because right now I have a massive overflow of time crystals. This will be put with an overflow condition. It will not always work at full speed, but for now, quite a few coupons we have there. And where are my... Where are my superposition oscillators? Really? That's an invalid shape? Whatever. Uh, 71 out of 100, so we're not far off. But now that I think about it, this is probably a smarter idea. Okay, so Sam, how much do I need? I need about 400. Yeah, that was not what I had in mind. Okay, and I just need the oscillators now. How many do I need? I need 26. Eventually, I'll get 26, but well, until I do that, I know that I need 2.5 of these. Actually curious if I set this to a random thing, and I think in options, gameplay, copy sample settings. If I do this, blueprint auto connect, is this facing the right way? No. Yeah, recipe is not applied, unfortunately. Those are the superposition oscillators. Milestone done. Last milestone
reached. Instant travel between chosen locations will be possible as soon as the main and satellite portals are built and paired. Do not ask me how it works. Not because I don't understand dimensional dispersal theory and the cross-warp applications of liminal peer-regulated parallel fibrillator nanocells, for example. But because you do not need to know. You go in one end, you come out the other. It's a door. Thankfully, the construction of project part number 12, the ballistic warp drive, can be automated and requires no manual input from you, so I'd say we're relatively safe. If you disagree about my assessment of your capabilities, you are free to attempt a study and replication of either portal or warp technology. After you're done with project assembly.
Okay, this is gonna get really ugly. So, well, let's try to make the best out of this ugliness. I need 3 more things to come through, probably through there. Actually, no, the nuclear pasta will come from one of those things, or maybe even... Oh yeah, it's one of those things where the nuclear pasta is coming from. We'll sort that out a bit later. For now, this one. Probably the only... Actually, do I need time crystals anywhere else? Yes, I do. I need it for the ballistic drive, so I need to have a splitter here. Maybe here. Yeah, not perfectly aligned, but I would say this is decent enough. No, but this one has power. If it has power, why is there no input? Blueprint issue? I wish I could say I understand what's happening. These inserters used to work. I haven't redone anything here. I did adjust the blueprint a bit, but and upgraded the inserters to be tier the last year. That's input, this is output. Okay guys, am I doing something horribly wrong here that I don't realize? Let's see if that's the only lane that has problems. Okay, this is our nuclear pasta. I think it's gonna be over here. At this point, more than anything, I am... This works. This is an output, this is a splitter, this is a regular splitter, this is a regular splitter, this works. Why the... It does not show the arrow, so it makes me think that there's something wrong with the splitter. I didn't want to actually do that. There we go. There is something wrong with the splitter, indeed. What? Ah, I done it again. So yeah, I have no clue what's wrong with the splitter, but something is obviously wrong with the splitter. Anyway, those are 2 resources done. Not the best approach, but it is what it is. Okay, out of curiosity, can I do... Anything that works a bit better. Anything. The arrows are off and whatever, it is what it is. I don't care. We need iron to be slightly offset. But I'm not gonna be able to offset the iron here, unfortunately. Now that I say it out loud. So we're freeing up this column. I'm gonna take this one all the way up. And I really hope that this can turn. Perfect. And I'm gonna use that one as my cement line. That was off. Lovely. I think something is not right. Yeah, that's going down. I hate that the arrows are not facing the right way. I really hate that. I don't know, it feels a bit buggy, this release. Maybe it's just me, but yeah, I would have expected to actually correct something like the arrows on the ghost from in this release, and okay, this is not looking great. It is what it is. We have the second resource delivered. Did I have enough buffer for the nuclear pasta? That's actually quite nice. Concrete. I do have that somewhere. Pretty sure of it. Oh, there it is. It is this belt. And it's actually going almost all the way to here. right? Yes, it is. We just need to push that a bit more. I actually forgot to bring down the belt, the concrete. Okay, so this one over this way. One was it? No, no. Yes, this one. Oh, okay. It actually snaps. I don't remember this behavior. I don't remember it snapping to the belt. So that might be something that they've actually fixed. This means we do have singularity cells. There's no fluid output. I have no idea where to output this, so I'll just do it here. And reverse. So we have almost everything. I'll still have to bring the propulsion rocket and the magnetic field generators. Might even just deliver a few of them by hand, to be honest. It is a 1-to-1 ratio. I only need a few hundred of each. Let's start with the AI expansion servers. Okay, fine. I'll not start with the AI expansion servers. I'll actually do the manufacturer first, and I need 5 of them. This time I do want inputs from the... it doesn't really matter. I'll do it from the right. Basically, I'll do the opposite of this one. Yeah, I'll do it from the right. And I said I want 5 of these. Let's connect power first. I do find it extremely awesome that I don't have to connect all those belts anymore. Okay, so I'm doing the ballistic missiles. This is the first input for the ballistic missiles, and there's no output. Let's see, I said ballistic warp drives. Yep, that's gonna be the output. Fine, maybe I'll do something like this. It looks way too bad. So all the way over here, and surely I targeted that one well. Okay. Dark crystal, superposition oscillators, and I need to feed not those things. Those things. So if I've done things right, this will connect here. Roughly here. Can it reach all the way over? Unfortunately, it cannot reach all the way over. Very weird that that was a yellow line. I kind of assume I know why that's a yellow line, but you know what? Let's do it like this. Maybe like this. So I took that all the way over here, so if I do this and you can make a nice curved belt. Wait, what? Oh no, that's correct, that's correct. We have thermal propulsion rockets. Do we have enough to fill everything? Not quite everything. Hopefully we'll get more. What do we need next? Dark matter crystals, superposition oscillators should be fairly easy to get here. Dark matter crystals is gonna be the last stop. Dark matter crystal is this one. So here's another bug. The lift floor hole actually breaks when you use vertical splitters. As such, we will go straight to the source, bypass the floor hole. Last but not least, we need the oscillators, which will come from over there. So they are on the center of, yeah, they're on the center there. They're, you know what? Let's bring the computers along too. That one's that one. That should generate more crystals as well. But this means we are producing ballistic warp drives. Final build that we're gonna be focusing on is this one. And that must have been a misclick while doing the blueprint. I would hope. Otherwise, I don't know what that's doing there. So these are what, 2 expansion servers? This is probably enough. Okay, so another manual build over here. Come on, copy. I might not need more than this. I can actually use the big blueprint here. That's an even 10, and let's get the quantum encoders down. Again, I'll use a bit more space here. No need to overcrowd. Center line snapping, that's good. Slight misalignment, but I know that this is not aligned with the one below, but this one needs to be closer. I've done the same mistake previously. So yeah, please do let me know after we wrap up this series if you have any preference on what we're gonna play next. As I was saying, I am leaning towards the Dark Fog. I think I did say at the very beginning of the Dark Fog series that I am considering on doing a full difficulty playthrough once I get a bit more familiar with the Dark Fog settings, and I do think I did get a bit more familiar with that, so yeah, this used to be one tile further to the right. But should be okay like this. And let's sort out power, shall we? Come on, can do it. Center line is... I do believe that that's the center line. Well, that is definitely not center line, but it is what it is. That's the last pipe. it? Just one pipe to cover everything? Surprisingly, the answer is yes. We are seeing our first ballistic missiles being delivered to the rocket. I would have expected a bit faster delivery though. And the only reason why I'm saying that is I'm a bit worried I might have messed something up there. Generally speaking, if the pipe is long enough, then this is very likely long enough as well. Okay, what do I need to get here? The bottom pipe belt is gonna be the thing coming from down there. I actually have no clue where that is meant to be coming from. Supercomputers and oscillators. Did I do have oscillators here. Where are they though? Are those the oscillators? Yes, they are. I didn't use the right type of belt here. Because this needs to... Both of these belts need to go up, yes. Okay, I'm blind, apparently. So we need to have a splitter. I was about to say that, oh, we actually have one that's level. Never mind. That's not right. Which means that something went wrong here. So those are the quantum processors. Okay, that's confirmation. The oscillators are in the correct place. Let's get this started, and in the meantime I'll have to figure out magnetic field generator. Where am I doing the magnetic field generator? Not there. I think I finished the biochemical sculptures, so let's recycle some of these summer slopes. I'll do that in just a second. Is it over here? I don't remember what this does. No, these are frames. What's this one doing? Biochemical sculptures, we actually... There we go. Those are the ones. And oh, I've just never terminated the output lane. Right, I do not have that even. Okay, which one is gonna be level? That's good. How can this go all the way up? Unfortunately, the answer is no, so I'll have to do this the hard way. Something like that will work. I need to go ahead and make the output for the residual thingy as soon as possible, because this is probably already backing up. Of course I did. Flutter and let's get production multiplier here. I will not have enough oscillators, so I'm gonna get production multiplier for that and as much as I can get here, which is not much, but it's not much, but it's honest work. This is nowhere near full, which is nice. Yeah, that was... This is what happens when you don't align to grid. There's no way to correct that right now without deconstructing the whole base, and as tempting as that might... Okay, so here's another bug, reproducible. It happened in the same scenario. I put... Yeah, it is because I placed that valve there. That's something new that they've... Okay, now I'm really lost. It wasn't the valve. Okay, I'll do the valve connection last. I think it might be the valve, but it might be impacting everything at once. This is just silly. What the... At this point, I do not even care. That's actually extremely annoying. I am a bit happy I'm actually finishing this playthrough, unfortunately. Having bugs like this is just unacceptable. Understandable how they get to be, because unfortunately, well, I work in such a workplace that make me understand how bugs like this happen. But still, not a good excuse to have them happen. Especially after going through quite a few rounds of experimental. Because this was an experimental for a very long time. this is way too full. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. Okay, there we go. On. So I think this is the correct alignment, I hope. Yeah, and I'm definitely not gonna build nuclear. I'm gonna get really annoyed with the fact that that there's so many issues. So we should have a few assembly directors delivered now. Okay. Last thing that we need to do is we need to actually deliver some additional. Okay, this is weird. Is this working? What's the efficiency? This is very low efficiency. Why? I might have messed something up here. Right. I've never actually seen the full number. We are meant to handle 850. And well, obviously 850 is greater than 600. Still doesn't fully explain why this is struggling to deliver. And why that pipe is not full. Because that is connected. And at the moment I shouldn't be, or barely over 600. I'm producing barely over 600, yes. Actually no. This is almost 100 efficiency and this is 61 because of the oscillators, but this is 400 per minute. How much is this one producing? This one is actually not producing, which is really nice. Okay, that's a decent number of oscillators. I'm gonna top up these ones. I guess with a full stack. Am I gonna kill my power grid? Well, I really hope not. I really hope not. But I do want to get some computers, just 100 of them. I should have plenty. I should have plenty left. I'm gonna let that run for a while. And we're gonna focus on finishing this bit. Damn, I was sure that the stacks are 100 here. I guess that means that the hub is gonna be... We'll have to wait for a while. I need 200 more. I don't know how many. Well, I should have enough buffer, I hope. I think I do have enough resources here. Although this producing at 500 per minute is very unsettling. I don't know if this has time to actually consume everything. Just in case, two things. We did go into battery. We have some spikes, so I'm not gonna put speed modules in anything else. Okay, let's just let that be for a while. We are progressing, and there's a couple of things I want to do before we wrap up the series. One being finishing everything in the tech tree. What was that? Biomass. I don't have biomass, that's unfortunate. And I totally forgot the name of everything from early game. Is it equipment workshop? No, it's crafting bench. So I need to make 200 biomass. I shouldn't need much. I just need 2 alien protein and I actually didn't need to take that out now that I think about it. So 200 biomass, that's good. And with my last nobelisks, I can complete this one.
Gas Nobelisk unlocked. Chase away creatures with a damaging cloud of gas. Note: also harms unwary pioneers. Not for recreational use.
This is the priority merger, which
Priority merger unlocked.
technically I
Useful
could
for
use
prioritizing
in a
between
couple of
inputs
places.
to avoid eventual stoppage. If you have an issue with stoppage somewhere else, consult a physician instead.
Interesting advice, Ada. Anyway, let's see what's 200 nobelisks. That's great. I might have to go to plastic. Do I have smokeless? Smokeless powder, I have 0. So I definitely have to go there. Can I do anything here? That's another 100 power shards? Really? Maybe I... How many is this? This is gonna be 35 plus 6. No, I don't have enough for both. Bummer. That is really unfortunate. I should be able to do that one. I'm gonna need a lot of obelisks for that one, and I don't have the uranium stuff. Okay, so that is slowly progressing. Actually, not that slowly. Actually progressing quite fast. Almost done with this. Why are the rockets so slow? Time crystals. Dark crystals, interesting. So let's try endgame stuff. Is it under transport? 250 megawatts. I should be able to afford that. I do need some oscillators though. That's enough. So main portal. Do I need time crystals?
You have finally built a portal. Perhaps now your progress won't be as slow. To ensure no further delays happen, I will give you some tips. A functional portal is two-way and requires one main and one satellite portal, each only connecting to the other. Establishing a portal connection will require input of singularity reactors, vast amounts of power, and some patience. Before you continue, you could still change the placement of that one. It seems suboptimal.
It does indeed. Okay, so let's do like this. Let's get that one from over there. Singularity cells I have. Over here, and I can definitely do a merger. So main portal over here. Let's do a split. That didn't work. Does it only work at the top, I wonder? Yeah, it doesn't seem to work here. Let's not try to cram things in. This is more or less just for testing purposes. Anyway. Okay, I guess this is idle, which means it doesn't consume anything. That's... I have 50 with me, so that's enough to last me for 50 minutes. I guess I would need to have like a drone supply to actually make this work. A drone supply chain, but that's... oh man, that would be so wasteful. Until the drone actually buffers everything. I could do some sort of hack where I block most of the drone output port with random stuff and let it have just one stack, I guess. So that might be an idea. But yeah, I don't see building this everywhere as a solution. So first and foremost, I need a ton of nobelisks. I'm doing nobelisks over there and I most likely ran out of... oh yes. The reason why I'm so excited is because this will take care of my lack of power shards to complete the MAM research. So I did need some ammo. And this is smokeless powder. Where am I getting the powder from? Is it over here? Yes, it is indeed. That's almost 200. I'll do the satellite portal in just a second. I want to finish the MAM research first. So I need just 100 more, I think. Yeah, that's it. A bit more ammo. Fuel and aluminum casing. Casing. Fuel. So that should be the homing, the turbo ammo.
Turbo rifle ammo unlocked. The pioneer ammo of choice when obstacles are numerous and time is short. Panic and imminent death often negatively affect human accuracy, so this ammo meets the human experience with fixed efficiency.
Okay, that's what we're missing. We're missing steel pipe. This is meant to be feeding steel pipe. Let's give steel pipe. What's the ratio here? It's 2 steel pipe per obelisk, and I need... How much do I need? Did I remove the... MAM thingy? Oh, yes, I did. So I need 200, that's 400 pipe plus another 500. I do need to put in just a bit more pipe. In the meantime, let's do this one. Let's do a constructor. How much do I need? This should be the remainder of the pipe. With a bit of extra. Even. And rebar is crafting. I'll give it a hand. Looks like it's gonna take forever. It is in the equipment workshop though, apparently. And I do 1 per click, which is substantially faster than even the fully sped up assembler. I'll probably stop at around 150. With a bit of luck, I do get 50 back from that assembler. Not even. So that's another one ticked off.
Explosive rebar unlocked. Rebar ammo that explodes on impact. Suitable for removal of unwanted obstacles, creatures, or limbs.
Definitely not enough obelisks. Okay, that is going to take forever. I need to speed this up. This is still gonna take forever. We're almost done with the rocket. I'll let that run for a while. I don't want to consume my shards just yet. But that's still connected to the main pipeline, which is very good. So I just have this thing, which I honestly never intend to use. We'll get that one sorted out. The obelisks should be built. There is one more thing I need to research to get, which is I'll need some sulfur and I'll need some uranium. It's just 20 uranium, so not much. Do I have any sort of sulfur on me? Sulfuric acid is sulfur and water. I don't have any sulfur on me. I don't need to do much, but I do need a place where I have okay, that's uranium, that's sulfur, and there's water here, so let's head over there. Hello? That's a bit concerning. And I think I am using modular frames somewhere, so that might actually impact the total number of items available. Anyway, I'll sort that out when I get back to the main base. Do I have anything? Yeah, perfect. That's actually really great. Okay, there's my uranium. What's that? Okay, that one is dead. That one's dead too. Okay, so let's make a plan here. First of all, I don't want to get poisoned. That one goes away. And that was the entire pollution source. Okay, production. I need a water extractor. Sulfuric acid, I'm gonna assume sulfuric acid is gonna be done in something along the lines of a refinery. And I need sulfur and water. Did I power this? So this will give me sulfuric acid. And I need this recipe. This says produced in a blender, so let's make a blender. No, I have a blender. I don't want to make a blender, I want to build a blender. Or place a blender down, I should say. So that's blender. Let's feed the sulfuric acid. You're gonna do nuclear. There we go. We're gonna do this one. This is gonna give sulfuric acid back. Fortunately, it doesn't really matter. Who said we're not gonna build nuclear? Mildly radioactive. This is moderately, so it's even less radioactive. You have concrete. All you're missing is uranium. I think 20 was enough. We'll get whatever we have here. Is this factory radioactive now? I guess it is. But anyway, we don't need to do anything too special here. All I have to do is did that upload? Yes. So we have the encased uranium cells. 10 of them, that's more than enough. We'll just have to wait for the nobelisks. So these are technically covered. If this wouldn't be that slow. Let's finish. Really? Is there a production issue here? Okay, I have more than enough. I'll whatever, let that be for now. There's something off with the obelisk build. It seemed to have taken way too long. No black powder. This is expecting black powder. This is not delivering black powder. I have messed up the lanes. That's why. Middle one is meant to be black powder, but for some reason I've placed it on the top line. Okay, we can fix this. This is... What build is this? What is this expecting here? Right, I don't have a wall. I don't know why I was looking there. This is coal. I'm a bit confused, I'll have to admit, but anyway, what I need to do is I need to drain the system, and the fastest way to do that is to use an industrial storage and also make sure that everything's upgraded. And switch this one over here. Okay, I am seeing black powder. I still have a slow lane somewhere. There it is. Not the slowest, at least. Good thing at least that I caught that. I need to keep the smokeless powder on me. Obelisk should continue to build. Time to head back to the main base. I think they were saying like that there's something like a ramp up or of sorts. I've never used this. So okay, power is on. Oh, satellite does not require. What? Okay, so the satellite does not require any input. That's cool. That means you can have a central main base where you make portals and a single place where you produce the singularity cells. Makes a bit more sense. Interesting. That was a bit more violent than I thought it would have been. Just gonna do this 1 or 2 more times. This does not consume power either. Interesting. So everything happens at the source. Quite cool. So we have a functioning portal as well. Gonna be very handy. That's actually fully functional, or at least technically fully functional. 7 more frames to go. Can I build them? What do I need? Surely I can build some heavy modular frames by hand. No, I cannot build heavy modular frames by hand, and I cannot do that because they require a fluid input. You know what? Let's finish the space elevator. Everything's done.
Unsurprisingly, here's another presentation, but don't worry, I have improved it. This last delivery will be the most important action you have ever taken. Perhaps you want to take a moment to contemplate the gravity of your achievements. Alright, that's enough. This is the end of the Save the Day program. All you need to do is wait for the automated Phase 5 construction to complete. Simply throw the lever and further instructions will be supplied when relevant.
Well, we need to pull the lever. Let's see what this does. Currently, we have completed an achievement.
Phase 5 completed. Return to the space elevator after the resources have been processed and added to project assembly. Launch can then be initiated from there. While waiting, please do not break anything. Solve any issues immediately and efficiently. Ensure your power network is stable. Perhaps it is best if you do not touch anything at all. And stay close to the space elevator. This will only take a moment.
We should definitely listen to the AI talking. Surely nothing will go wrong. This done? Activate boss E1. Oh, this I changed as well. Set left stabilizer to 9. This is rather fun. Oh, X.
Initiating project assembly. Assembly. Attaching cargo to main body. Leveling
Let's
inner
get the
and outer
better view.
rings. Attaching propulsion to main body. Fuel lines connected. Attaching control center to main body. Running systems check. All systems online. Releasing propulsion cage. Releasing clamps. Running pre-launch checks and calculating flight path. Locking in cargo. Launch in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Exciting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff.
I have never seen the end game, so this is actually a first for me. For a second there I thought that those were rockets heading towards me. But apparently it's meant to be some sort of a wormhole, warp drive by the looks of it. Or some sort of tunnel. And it's gone.
Connection with QAR-437 nucleus established and stable. Dispersion initiated. Reinstancing master nucleus to QAR-436 Akicha, B1. Hello, this is Ada, your new local instance of Ada. On behalf of Ada, myself, and all of Fixit, I want to congratulate you on saving the day. Every single kitten and puppy would thank you if they could. You have proven yourself to be a worthwhile and productive member of the human race, and have contributed something to this universe that will forever change it. Thanks to your achievements, the next generation of pioneers can now take to the stars and construct, automate, explore and exploit, alongside me. Additionally, you have been promoted to local production manager, effective immediately. Your duties to project assembly may be complete, but your duties to Fixit remain. With your help, Fixit continues to make the universe a better place. Stay efficient. Stay with Fixit.
Okay, we have endgame credits now. Well, let's let those roll for a while. Hopefully they're not gonna take forever. But well, basically I think that this is more or less it for this stream, for this series. Next up, it's gonna take me a couple of days to prepare, but I think I'm gonna go ahead with Dyson Sphere. And maybe I'll launch a poll on the channel to go on for a few days, see if anybody has any different opinions. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for the support over this stream. And okay, I can still do things here. My space key for the hover pack does not work though. Maybe I just don't have any sort of... Oh yeah, I don't have power here. That's why it doesn't work. I really wish they will make the Mark III.
Milestone reached. The Blueprint Designer Mark III allows for 20% increased blueprint size in all dimensions, for an overall 71.2% increase in volume. Sadly, I doubt we will see equivalent increases in your efficiency.
Yeah, unfortunately this is not enough to actually do anything with the last factory that I don't have blueprinted. Now, this is the final milestone, so no more milestones to do. I will not waste my power shards on this, and nor will I wait for another 500 nobelisks.
Cluster Nobelisk unlocked. This type of Nobelisk detonates into multiple smaller explosions. Can be used for clearing large areas of vegetation and other inconveniences. Addendum. Inconveniences, in this case is not defined to include persistent family members, raccoons, student debt, the sunrise, peer performance reviews, neighbors learning to play the saxophone, phone calls, or your favorite show getting cancelled.
I think that sounds fair enough. But yeah, 200 more nobelisks and we would be able to get this done without any sort of issues. Anything here? Project assembly launched, pioneer purpose concluded as expected. So I think I managed to use a bit of everything in the game. Probably the only thing that I haven't done is nuclear power production, which is quite an interesting production chain, to be honest. Going through all stages of nuclear and ideally zeroing all the nuclear waste. Fortunately, we had enough power argumenters and summer sloops to not require nuclear power. Maybe if I didn't do that summer sloop binge a while back, we would have needed to do some nuclear power just to top up the turbo fuel. Alas, that was not the case. And with that being said, I can think of nothing else to add for this series. There probably is, but I can think of none. So, well, let's end this series while going through a portal. I think it would look rather cool. Thank you all very much for watching and hope to see everybody for the next playthrough, which is gonna be Dyson Sphere project. Have a great day.